Welcome to episode numero cuatro
One
of
two,
El Oso and The Duck.
four.
I am El Oso. This is the Duck.
Quack, quack.
So, Ducky, my friend,
Si, senor.
we have been slowly debating over this podcast certain topics.
Topics.
And today, I would like to dive a little more deep.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Before we get into that,
Oh, boy.
you guys are going to be seeing this pre-recorded.
Yes, this is a pre-recording.
It's pre-recorded.
It is.
Which means it was recorded pre. So, I would like to thank the 4 of you that did not go follow us on Facebook, Oso and The Duck Podcast, because as a result, we can't go live yet.
Right. We didn't like doing the multiple
And
lives, trying to
the multiple
figure out
camera,
it.
multiple setups, it's became more headache than it's worth. So, until we are over 100 followers on Facebook,
I like live, guys.
you guys will be seeing pre-records.
I like live. But
Because as much as I have infinite free time in my life, editing and dealing with multiple posts all over the place is just not something I feel like dealing with.
I'm putting on the dickus.
And since
I like y'all right now.
since I am the video guy,
Tech guy.
I'm the tech guy, I have made it, hey, we're just going to do a pre-record until we can go live on one place.
Sorry.
Now you might go.
I like going live, guys. I know you like going live too. So, fucking 4 people step up. Jesus. Moving on. We have talked before, Brian,
Before.
about...
Not today, not after.
Right.
Before.
Right. But this topic, I believe, has come to head again because you know as well as I do that we discuss all of our personal issues.
Okay.
So I had come at you the other day, and I was saying, hey, let me ask you something. Like, is it possible that I may have over expectations for both my wife and my child? For example, with my child, right? Like, his environment was not my environment. But I expect my reaction in him, and it irritates me when I don't get that. Like, you know Joshua, he's a big-ass kid. This kid is going to be a beast on the football field, mark my words. But I feel he is very timid because he's been very sheltered. Like, my wife babies him.
Well,
His
like we
mother
talked
babies
about, you
him,
were on
like-
the road for a lot of years. I'm a mama's boy too, so I can't say shit.
I mean,
But
I am too.
He's a mama's boy.
I am too. It's just, I feel like the separation
But-
between what a father gives to his son and what a mother gives to his
But
son.
you started this statement with almost the answer. You grew up in a different environment.
Factuals.
Your environment is going to mold how you react to situations.
Okay.
So you yourself has said you didn't want to grow up, your kids growing up in Chicago,
Right.
because you don't want them walking to the corner bodega and getting shot at.
Correct.
Gang activity on every corner.
Correct.
Gunshots all the time.
Correct.
So where you and I could sit here, hear gunshots and like, oh, someone's shooting something.
Sounds like a 9mm.
You know, like here in the neighborhood, we had one of our dumbass redneck neighbors
Oh, yeah, but they're out in the sticks.
setting off a military mortar, one of the noise makers for like directing cattle or some shit, I guess.
Pop rocks.
But literally like military level, and I mean, it rocked the house. And him, his wife, and I were here in the garage. It went off, and I mean, it sounded like there was a train wreck in the driveway. His wife damn near falls out of the chair.
I mean,
Him and I are like,
see, but listen.
What was that?
It was funny because her reaction was that of like, and we were both like, are you all right? Like, what the?
But
fuck?
again, environments we have been in
Yes.
have molded that.
Yes, you are correct.
So circling back to where we started with your son, let's face it, his ratio of playing video games to playing outside,
Right.
you can't expect him to be very streetwise.
Right. No, listen, I'm with you, right? This is where I feel like I'm
It
having
sucks,
the issue.
But if you want the kid to be hard, you got to put him in hard situations. And And those hard situations is what we as fathers are trying to protect them from.
Yes, okay, but...
So that there becomes the conundrum.
No, hold on, right, so hear me out. So then, if I am trying to at least mold him into that, like, way of thinking, you know, always be on the lookout, always, you know what I'm saying, look at your surroundings, always be safe. If you're with your mother, she is your priority. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
things that I would think are just automatic are they're not so automatic.
Yeah.
To my children. And it's not I'm holding anything against my children. It's just Brian's right. Their environment was a lot more contained and sheltered from the gunfires, unless we're at a range now, you know what I'm saying? And gang fights and people getting robbed and, you know what I'm saying, their mothers never got mugged. My mother got mugged in front of me when I was like 8 years old with a broken wrist, a block and a half from my house in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want my children to be in that environment. But at the same time, the more we talk about it, the more it irritates me, because you're right. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, my environment was not their environment. That is 1,000% true. And you're also right at the fact that I made it this way. Me and my wife made a decision prior to even having children that they're not going to be brought up in the...
And that is the risk we take. I mean, you know, there's something to be... You know, you hear every parent say, I want my kids to have what I didn't. You know, I want to... You know, call it spoiling, whatever you want to call it. But I want my kids to have what I didn't.
Right. Well, no, I think I think there's a difference between giving them what you didn't have and spoiling them.
100%.
Because you could give your child what you didn't have, but
it is a razor thin line, in my opinion.
No, I think they overdo it. I
think that can also be said for environments too, though. You know, like, prime example. How many times as a kid did you go to a theme park?
Not a lot.
Less than 5?
Nah.
Is that a safe bet?
Nah, I mean, because if you count Indiana Beach, that was an amusement park, but we camped across the way from it too. So we
like a full-blown like Disney-esque theme park.
Come on, man, I'm from the hood. Bro.
And this will make sense.
I had that shit that was Great America, and I only did that twice when I was in Chicago.
How many times have your kids been to Disney or Universal just in the past year?
I fucking hate you, Kumar. You're right, okay? You're right.
But that's the reality. Now, is that a matter of spoiling them? No, you grew up in Chicago. We live an hour from Disney and Universal.
Yeah. That's where he goes always.
It's much more accessible.
Yeah, that's where he goes always. Right. But I didn't have a Disney. Great America was like 2 hours away.
But allowing them to have access to stuff like that, you know, like I've told Melissa, my wife, I've told her point blank, I do not want our kid being a Disney kid. Yeah. I don't want every weekend to be an expectation
that we have to do something.
Mom and dad are taking us to Disney.
Right. Or no, just we got to do something.
You know, I had a good friend of mine that him and his girl, they broke up, and one had tickets for Universal, the other had season tickets to Disney. And every weekend, this kid was going to a theme park. And it got to a point where, like, a weekend with bad weather, the kid was a brat. Because why aren't we at Disney? Why aren't we at Disney?
Yeah.
Because that became the standard. It became the expectation.
Remember, and I talked about this before too with Joshua, right? Joshua's having those tendencies without knowing that he's being like an obnoxious kid. We were talking with a couple of his friends, and he's telling them, "Oh, you know, so I got the VR2 and the new VR3."
Yeah.
And the other kid's like, "Oh, well, I don't have any game system." He's, "Oh, you don't have not even one." Like, I wanted to slap the fucking taste buds out of his mouth.
Your kid talks down to other kids like they're peasants if they have commercials on TV.
Okay, but I did that for a reverse reason. Hear me out, people, right? Let me see if you agree with this, right? I went and spent the extra $2 or whatever the fuck it was on like Netflix and Hulu and stuff so that my kids... 98% of my kids' upbringings, they don't know what the fuck commercials are. Now, I understand how bougie that sounds, but hear me out for a second, right? I'm on some, I would sacrifice.
It's also because his lazy ass does not want to watch commercials.
Well, no, right. Well, okay, yes. In one, for me, I fucking hate commercials. Especially if I'm locked in on a movie, you're going to stop me to give me the same
If I show him a YouTube video and the commercial pops up, what's up? He gets all pissy.
I tell him get premium. We watch YouTube all the fucking time. Anyways, my child has like this expectation that he should get these cool things.
And there's the fine line.
You see what I'm saying? But Joseph didn't have that. Joseph understood we're not rich, but we're not poor. But he sees me and mama busting our ass to get what we have.
But could it be said, him being the older one, there was more responsibility put on him than Joshua?
Yes, he's
firstborn.
firstborn.
So he had to take more burden in the household.
Firstborn. In my culture and upbringing, yes.
And nothing against you. All the years you were the trucker, he was the man of the house.
Right.
I mean, he was the
You did bring up that point, right, as we segue about expectations, right? I feel like I'm having not over
buyer's guilt.
No. Now we're moving into because I'm having the same issue with my wife as well. But I feel like it's me now. Like I feel like I am putting too high of an expectation on a woman that before I even married her, I knew I was not getting that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you and I have also talked about, again, it's learning new habits. Because whether you're 20 years into a marriage or not, a huge chunk of that marriage was you being in the military, you being a trucker, you being gone. So now it's learning those daily routines.
You got me to realize.
Like I tell people point blank, never in the history of ever marry someone you've never lived with. Like if you want to call it living in sin or all that, I don't give a shit. Never in the history of ever make the commitment of marriage if you have not lived together. Because living together is going to show, can you truly function all day, every day?
See, okay, but I feel like I've
already... the Friday night getaways, because it's been a rough week and let's get together and forget our week. Yeah, that's always going to be awesome.
Yeah, because
But when you're sick and you shit the bed because you have diarrhea, is your wife going to, hey, honey, I'm sorry, let me help you clean it up? Or is it you nasty troll of a man?
No, but hear me out.
How did I marry you?
I think it's also with the I keep hating to use this word, but it's the best word to describe. Now that I transition from being like a younger man into now what am I going to do in my older years? Like
being an old ass.
Yeah. I want to do more things with my hands, right? I'm starting to build things more on my own. I'm starting to venture into fucking areas I've never fucked with before.
But now...
Hold on, let me finish. Okay. And then I take that same mentality into my household, and now that I'm here, but you made me realize something, and you're right? If you add my military, my trucking, and then, my little mental health issues and stuff, like me and my wife have been married together like this.
5 years.
5 years.
At best.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what
that puts you and me at the same time of marriage.
Right, but that's what bothers me. Well, no, because I believe me and my wife have that better connection of knowing each other and how y'all react. Right, that's time served. Right.
I'll give you that.
So, but what I'm saying is, I'm getting to the point now where now that I'm getting into how am I going to live my later years? My expectations are changing.
But now you have people that have been in a routine for 20 years that you're going, hey, by the way, we're going to be changing up everything.
Right.
How do you know they want to change it?
Right.
They're cool with it.
Yeah, because it's working just in their favor.
Are you going to stay wearing those sunglasses the whole time?
Until these motherfuckers give me 4 more followers. Yes!
What do I do?
And I'm mad they shouldn't even give me a cigar. You see this guy? Supposed to be fucking smoking.
Your humidor is right behind me.
I wanted them good cigar, but whatever.
I'll give you a good one.
No. Oh, see, now you make me drop shit. You better edit this shit out.
Nope, staying in.
Because of his, I got to give him credit. I don't know if y'all see that, right? He did give me this as a gift. It says Joel's stash, cigar stash with a little bear's head on it because, he loves me.
He even got the cigar lighter with the bears on it.
As much as he talks shit, He loves me.
I hook him up. He's my heterosexual
Life mate. We were even talking, sometimes we have to talk about, hey, if we were to, link up, thank you, sir. Like, he would get my VA benefits. They're all about the gay here to stay or whatever the fuck the line is, you know what I'm saying? So why not Chuck and Larry this bitch and fucking get some benefits out of this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
Get that DV tag on my truck.
I love my wife too much. I like vagina too much, Brian. It's hard for me to
We can have an open relationship.
give that up. See, all right, now you got me intrigued. You had my interest. Now you have my attention. But anyway, so now I feel like I need to either, take a minute with myself to be like, all right, what is the expectations that I feel can be met? Because there are certain expectations that I know I will never get from my wife. And I'm not shitting on you, babe. Okay, I'm just saying the woman that you are, for what I would ask for is going to be
You're going to have to do something that is
to her.
Almost impossible in your world.
Oh, boy. Here
Compromise.
Why you got to say almost impossible? I don't like the way you said that.
Because you are very dead set. Here's what I like. Here's what I want. I feel I deserve it. And sometimes it's a matter of just, you got to be happy with the status quo.
No, time out.
Not allowing the outside world. And not allowing your inside world.
No, hey, this is where I believe my time served comes into play, sir. Because as of right now, you're Brian Vallejo 7 years in. No. I am fucking 20 years in with this woman, right?
Okay.
And for the last 20, you can ask her yourself, I have been doing my damnedest to keep her fucking happy and whatever she wants and all that, because I feel that what I've put her through, she damn right deserves everything she wants.
Okay.
Because you've seen some of it.
Y'all
motherfuckers ain't seen none of it.
She wants you to not change the house.
So
does she deserve that?
No. Why you do it like that? Nah, that's too much. That's too harsh of an analogy.
But if she's saying, I'm happy with how this house has been ran, why are we changing things?
Because fucking daddy's home, nigga. That's why. What the fuck you mean?
But she deserves whatever she wants.
Because
she's earned whatever she wants.
While I was away, I'm making fucking money. Where you think all this shit came from, Brian? The house. I'm not saying my wife didn't help, but I'm saying, motherfucker, I put time served in this bitch. Don't sit here and tell me I don't deserve nothing either.
No, I am not saying
that. Right, but that is where I'm arguing, right?
But there's always going to have to be that
20 years ensuring she was happy, and that gave me happiness. Now I'm in my later years of thinking, because I am now 40 fucking 2, gonna be like, what is it that makes me happy without material, without money, without leaving my house, without going somewhere? Like, what brings me joy? Having a plate ready for me when I come home from fucking work. When I'm out at the range sweating my freaking dick off for 5 hours. I would like a nice hot meal to be ready for me. I don't think that's too much to ask. You see what I'm saying? I don't think it's too much to ask that I shouldn't really be doing laundry or dishes. I'll do the yard work. I'll build you the fucking sheds. I'll build you your racks of fucking containers you want. I'll do all that shit. But I am not built for cooking and cleaning. I'll clean your cars. Anything outdoors. Anything outside the confine of my house walls, I got you. Whatever the fuck you want me to do.
He will not clean his guns, though. I clean his guns.
Actually, our students clean my guns. He's fucking lying, okay? Sometimes he cleans my gun. He does. He'll come in and be like, hey, you want your shit clean? Like, hell yeah, I do. And he'll spruce her up real quick. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like if for the last 20 years, I've heard from my wife that she deserves it. She's right. You do deserve this. You do get this. Now, it's fucking my turn. I deserve this. I should get this. I feel like I have enough time in proving that regardless of how fucking deep this hole goes, nigga, I can still get the fuck out of it.
Could it be said that, and I think I'm guilty of the same thing, you and I think are very aligned with we want things out of marriage that are hard to put on paper. Hard to quantitate.
Hey, man, those are big words.
You know, like my wife coming home and something's done in the house. It's easy to chalk up like dinner was cooked.
Yeah.
It's easy to chalk up Laundry was done.
Yeah.
Yard, whatever.
I'm with you.
Home
A
task.
task was completed.
A
right.
task list was completed.
Yeah. But then you start to make it seem like you're dealing with AI or something.
But
Like,
things that we want are less tangible.
I'll give you that.
I think it's more of, again, we've talked about the respect aspect of things. How we're talked to. Like there's times that I feel like I'm talked to by my wife in a way that she would not talk to her boss.
That's a good analogy because that's what be pissing me off.
So,
like, hey, you talking about like
you're
that?
not willing to talk to your boss like that.
But she'll give your husband shit like that.
Who would replace you tomorrow, but you'll talk to your husband like that.
Didn't we talk about this before? What was the line you gave me that the husband is the only one that loves them by choice?
Correct. I don't think we talked about that on the podcast. I think you and I just talked about it.
No, I'm just talking about me and you. We have dope conversations always.
Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. I don't remember.
I don't think we've had on the pod.
But think about it. Parents love their children naturally. There's shitty parents in the world, but whatever.
Right. In general.
kids
Parents love their kids.
Should always love their parents.
Right. In general, kids love their parents.
But in the woman's world, your husband is the only person that chooses to love you.
And I'm not talking about friendship love either. I don't give a shit about that bullshit.
Whatever.
My besties love me. I don't give a shit about that.
No. Your daily life of love, your husband is the only one who chooses to love you. So, reality of it is, earn that love. Respect that love.
Brian, they're going to
nurture that love.
All right. Now I'm going to play it real quick. But I want the same thing, Brian. I want my love to be nurtured too, Brian.
Okay.
So not what do you put? Who's more important, Brian? Who should be nurtured more first?
And that's where you got to find that balance.
Because that's where I feel I run into when I talk to a lot of married couples. I have a lot of friends that are interracial marriages that are all this race, all that race, fucking. What I hear the most of, it's the expectations or the reality in the wife's mind never matches the reality in the husband's mind. If you get them separated first and you say, describe your marriage to me, and they're going to describe it, you're not going to have a lot that correlates outside of where they're having issues.
Because again, I think women quantitate the marriage by that task list. How many hours did you spend doing this? How many times did you do this? Where for us, it's the comments. It's the things said. It's how we're treated.
Yeah.
So short of being that nitpicky, like, let me video how you touch me, like, how do we quantitate what we want? Because when you explain to a woman, I want to be respected, I don't think women understand truly what respect is.
They don't.
Because they don't live in worlds of respect.
But not only that is even if you try to show it to them, like, right, their world doesn't gravitate around that.
Like, not saying that I require to this extreme, but like you see videos like, never question your man in public. Never correct your man in public. So like if we're out at dinner and I say something wrong to the server and my wife corrects me, that's wrong.
No, see, right, I don't give a shit about that.
But that's the reality. But some people push that level of respect.
See, but I'm not
to
talking
that
about
point.
that. I'm talking about, like, don't raise your voice at me in public. If you got a fucking problem with me, you wait till we in the goddamn car before you want to start opening your fucking jacket.
I mean, hell, you and I were that way with inmates. I would never correct you in front of an inmate.
Yeah,
I would never challenge what you're doing in front of an inmate.
But that was something that was already known.
But I look at it the same way as a parent. Should she ever challenge my discipline to my son?
I say fuck.
Whether she agrees with what I'm doing with my son or
not.
And I know there's times that I do, like prime example, I believe in smacking him.
Right. Discipline.
I don't give a fuck what you call it. If my kid hits me, pop, right across the side of the head.
Fuck yes. Yes.
She doesn't like that. Don't hit him like that. Don't hit him. Now, I'm not smacking him in the face.
Right.
I'm literally like that across the head.
Oh, I'm slapping him in the face.
Just enough to get him like,
I've been over there too.
oh shit, what the hell? And you know what the difference is? She's having issues more with him lashing out towards her, where I have to step in.
Do you remember the garage incident? We don't have to talk about it, but
Reality of it is, I'm not having the same challenging. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's 2, almost 3. He's challenging. But at the end of the day, reality of it is, she's dealing with more of it than I am.
Your child is a fucking triathlon. Anyways.
Whatever. But reality of it is, those are things that, again, you can't quantitate that. It's hard to say this, and this.
I don't like you using big words, Brian. It hurts my brain.
I don't know, whatever.
I understand what you're saying. And of course I'm with you. I've ran into this problem both with my wife and my mother with the way I was raising my children. Oh, you're too rough. Oh, you're too harsh. Oh, you're too mean. Oh, you shouldn't have hit him.
Yeah, but I'm raising a boy.
My biggest argument to everybody was like, hey, man, like, you know those boys are going to be a man one day, right?
Yeah.
And I would much rather produce a real man into this world than some fucking hotchkotch,
and that's
whatever the
and
hell
that's now where I'm stepping in. See, I don't like stepping in her moment. She's in the middle of dealing with him. She needs to find her way to deal with him. But now there's been times that he goes to the extreme. I step in. And whether he's a 2-year-old or not, I think he understands.
I mean, he gets
I don't buy the
tone
bullshit.
difference, the facial fit they get it.
So I explained to him, we don't treat mommy like that.
Yeah, hell no.
You don't treat mom like that. And
My
that's
kids
to
learned
set the foundation.
Very
we don't
quickly.
treat women like that.
Yeah.
You know, we don't yell at women like that. We don't hit women like that. We don't do that.
But that's my issue too, right? Like, I do want to show my children, right, because they're not of age, like how a man should be treating a woman. So it's not like, you know, we try not to argue in front of them.
Yeah.
We try to take it, you know what I'm saying, somewhere else if we're, you know what I'm saying, going to be lashing out or whatever because we're angry. But they also see us fucking around all the time. They also see us giggling and watching movies and going out.
There's got to be that balance.
Locking the bedroom door. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like they see where it's like, oh, my parents have a horrible relationship because my dad has anger issues. Like, no.
You have anger issues?
That's what I've been told.
Never noticed.
Only you, brother. But anyways, right. So I feel like maybe there is a little more internal digging that I need to do as far as what expectations can be achieved and what expectations are like.
And like we've talked about,
that is
finding that common ground between, you know, and it's easy to, you know, talk big and bad, but I mean, reality of it is we got to find that common ground with our kids. You know, they're growing up in a different generation than we did. So we got to find ways to build the bridge. You know, you and I talked about that, like you want to take your son bowling. He don't give 2 shits about bowling, but he loves playing video games. Yeah. You don't mind playing video games. So there's something that the bridge can be built. Yeah. And you know, do I want to sit on the floor with my kid and build train tracks? No. But damn it, I love seeing my kid happy. And if that's the cost of seeing his happiness, I will build every train track in the world. You know, I'm waiting for Legos because that I will enjoy. You know, but reality of it is like, you know, Play-Doh. I give 2 craps about playing with Play-Doh. But if that's what puts a smile on my kid's face, damn it, I'll play with Play-Doh. You know, yesterday, you know, I was supposed to be cooking dinner. Him and I were caught up coloring Bluey. We had our little Bluey coloring book, and we were coloring.
Fuck you, Bluey. All right?
I'm cool with Bluey. So, but reality of it is, we have to bring down sometimes, and I think this is where you struggle more than I do sometimes.
I struggle a lot.
To tone down the macho-ness.
But see, it's
to
not
tone
so
down
much
that
macho-ness,
gotta be tough.
It's
and be soft for a moment to create the connection. And then build off of that.
Have you ever met me?
I know that, but that's why we're having this conversation.
But that's what I'm saying. So if you already know that I have not so much the inability, but the hard struggle to soften up from whatever surface you think I'm sitting at currently. Like
But
even when I think I'm softening up, people are like, that was rough. Like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Like, I didn't even curse.
But if you want to connect with your kid, that's the struggle you're going to have.
No, but see, that's what I'm saying. It's not like I'm not connecting with my kid, but I feel for the type of father that I had that was, there but not there. To me being there, I'm still getting the same response, and my kid's not giving a shit what the fuck I do.
Well, it's finding that balance between being the provider and being the nurturer.
Yeah,
like realistically, the man has always been the provider. Like, this is a different time for men, I think. And I've watched a lot of podcasts and videos on this. Our generation is the first generation of men that have ever had an expectation of emotional, connection with our kids and mothers.
Fucking shit.
Or kids and our wives.
Why?
Because years ago you could afford
Alphabet Mafia
to let the wife stay at home, be the stay-at-home mom, nurture the kids. I'll take him to his baseball games and show him how to swing a bat. Boom, we're good. But now, because women have taken over more of the bill role, because let's be real, in today's world, houses are not 30 grand.
Right.
That's
facts.
Both have to work. I would love to allow my wife to be a stay-at-home mom.
Me as well.
But we can't afford that.
Cannot.
And if I could, I'd do it a million years. But reality of it is, because we're asking them to take over more of the provider role, we are kind of expected to take over more of the emotional role. And this is the first time in history that we've had to do that. And I think that's why our generation is struggling harder because we had the hard parents.
Right.
Where now you look at the 20 and 25 generation, that generation, they're so extra soft. Because let's be real. They've gone to the other end of the spectrum. Where our generation sits in that middle. Between being provider and being emotional. The 20s, 25-year-olds, they're emotional. The 60-year-olds are going, be a fucking man, just pay the fucking bills.
Right. Right.
But we're sitting in that middle where we're in this game of tug of war. We want to be able to provide, be a stay-at-home mom.
Oh, yeah, hell yeah.
But we can't.
I fucking wait.
But we got to shift our mentality as a result. Because now, again, we struggle with when I come home every day, I want this, and this. Well, she came home from work too. So we got to provide a little bit of that other side too.
I think it depends
But it's a balancing act.
Because if I were to downsize my living conditions, I could afford my wife not working.
Well, if you didn't have a son that ate like 5. Let's be real.
Well,
but your kid's a refrigerator.
Go down the rabbit hole real quick, right? She not working, I don't need 2 cars. You know what I'm saying? That's an additional fucking already 900 back into my fucking stack.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's only fucking me moving around, less gas. So I'm already 240 back in my. You see what I'm saying? I am now paying for her to be at home.
But is that a lifestyle that both of you could be happy with?
Well, no. Okay, listen.
Yes, her no.
I would love to be able to wake up and go to work, and my wife, PK, babe, see you when you get home, and then she's able to. No, and then she's able to. Because I feel like if my wife had the opportunity, she would do dope shit. She would be doing her art and shit. She would be trying to figure out gardening, even though she kills everything she touches right now.
Yeah. Her garden's called Death Row.
I feel like she could find joyous things to do if she didn't have the financial burden also on her shoulders. You see what I'm saying?
But my wife called me out after our last podcast. That I portray that very conservative views of marriage.
Yes.
But I also help around the house and stuff like that. And what I explained to her is, well, yes, that's the goal. Doesn't mean we're there.
Right.
And I think that's, again, where our generation struggles. Because I think we do enjoy the idea. We like the goal of what our parents were. But we also recognize in today's world, that's not as feasible.
Yes. But at the same time, I feel like it could be feasible if they just control their feelings. Because there are times where I feel if my wife had the opportunity to understand the way we see it before she reacts, the outcome would be different. Because there are times where we get into arguments because she just wasn't seeing what I was trying to accomplish.
You know, there's a joke that I see online all the time where it's the woman admitting, like, I know my husband's right, I just don't like his tone. Because I do think that's the reality sometimes. Like,
No, you know what fucked it up for me? The internet. Once my wife had access to information in her hands, it began to piss me off that she would ask me about something and then ask Google, like, why the fuck are you asking me for it?
Oh, I harass the wife all the time. Because I'll say something and then she looks it up.
Oh, yeah.
And it's
yeah,
like,
you know,
why
Noah
couldn't you
dug
just-
in the ocean. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I don't know, man. There are certain things that I am now coming to the realization of that I feel is gonna shift dynamics in the household. But I'm trying to like, hey, I would like to do this. Hey, things are about to change. Hey, things are coming. Hey, I fucking told you. God damn it, how many times do I have to repeat it?
You got to baby step into it.
You see what I'm saying? But then I feel like I'm like, come on, man. Like, if I've been with this woman 20 years, I feel like you should know someone in 20 years. At least they're the general expectation of said person. In the last 20 years, do you think...
But people grow and people change.
Okay, but hear me out, right? Because you have almost the same time in service as I've been married.
Okay.
Over the course of our friendship, what has changed?
In what aspect?
No. Just take the question for what it's worth. Because I promise you, if I throw that at a female, I'm getting 52 answers right now. What has changed?
Where we live.
You see what I'm saying? I give that same shit. I promise you. I love you, babe, to death. But if I'm on some, we've been married 20 years. What has changed? Well, you were like this, and then you were like this, and then you were like this, and you were like this, and you were like this, and you were like you gotta sit here and have a chronological timeline of how our marriage progressed through my fuck-ups.
So I will say, and I'm interested to hear your opinion on this.
Oh boy, you know I got opinions, Brian.
I will say, I think near the beginning of our, especially when we worked together, I think you were more of the, every friendship has a leader or an alpha or the lead dynamic.
We both alphas, sir.
We both are alphas. But in our friendship, I do feel like when it started, you were more, and maybe it was because you were coming out of the military, so I looked at you a little differently.
Oh, but I like this. What did I look like to you, Brian?
Well, no, you struck me as a guy who had more experience than I did. So at the beginning of our friendship, I feel like it was, like, let's be real, you had kids, you were married, like you were already in that adult life.
Yeah.
When you and I met, I was still living with Joey.
Right. Y'all was still dicking off.
We were throwing, freaking college-style parties at the house. Like, I was still in that high school, college mentality. And even though I had to mature because of the jobs we were doing, my personal life was still very debauchery.
Well, debauchery.
But at the same time, you're coming home to a wife. You're coming home to 2 kids. Like, you have responsibilities. I'm like, dude, fuck it. Let's go hit the bar. And you're, fuck you, man. I got to go home to the kids. Like, and don't get me wrong, we had fun. But I feel like because of that, our dynamic initially in our friendship was me looking to you.
Why?
Just because you had what I wanted. And not in a negative way of like envy.
Yeah.
But like you had your shit together. Where I feel on paper.
Little did you know.
Yeah.
Joke's on you.
But then you go down the road of now 20 years later. I wouldn't go as far as it's flipped, but you and I are more on par.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you got some time served in with the kid and the wife.
Like now, like me bringing you into my world professionally.
I don't like it.
You know, well, but the reality of it is, like, I've had to teach you my industry.
Oh yeah.
You know, where
There's
before
a wide learning curve, people.
where before we were
Wide.
equals on that. Now it's I'm here and I'm trying to get you to here. You know, so now it's not. I don't want to go as far as like I have to talk down to you.
You do.
But there's a lot of mentorship that I have to provide to you that wasn't there before. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So I do feel like the dynamics of our friendship has changed.
Well, because you now are more knowledgeable.
But the core of our friendship, the expectations, like, when was the last time I ever drove by this house and asked if I could come by? I just walk up.
I think 10 years ago.
I park and, like, I walk up.
He even has a garage clicker to
Yeah.
now. Just open the garage, come on in, buddy.
So, reality of it is the expectation of our core friendship, that hasn't shifted much. But the reality of the day-to-day life of our friendship, and I mean, let's face it, especially now that we live so close, we work together, or I think our day-to-day dynamic has shifted. Because now I truly see you every day.
Every single day.
Every
day.
I pick them up in the morning. It's, how are we today, honey? Give me a minute.
I'm not a morning person.
Yeah.
I know what I'm going to say. All right. We are going to shift gears, my good friend, into my favorite gear. But before we do, I just want you to point out, we were at the range. My man was out there in flip-flops. He got a hell of a Y-tan on his toe right now. It's something crazy.
Yeah.
It caught my eye. We're not going to show you because
I've had that tan line my entire adult life.
We're not trying to give you weirdos a little excitement, but just know it's there and it's hilarious. All right. My favorite action on this podcast.
Random question. If I sold pictures of my feet online, how many of you would pay for them? Because I'm not going to lie. I've considered it. And I have a size 16 foot. So if I charge by the inch.
Right, you see us rocking Lambos all of a sudden.
Buy the first,
doing well.
Buy the first 8 inches, get the second 8 inches free. I can throw some deals.
That's the deal I throw out there.
Anyways.
Conspiracy Corner, my good friend.
Here we go.
But this is a good one because I feel like you got some skin in this game.
I'm with you on this.
Antarctica, my friend. I know we kind of went down the rabbit hole last time a little bit.
We could do 12 episodes.
I think I
and
could
not
do
even scratch the surface.
Fucking 19 hours of this nonstop, and I wouldn't get it all.
Yeah,
I wouldn't get it all. So, some general knowledge for you dummies out there.
Hit a
5.4 million square miles. That's bigger than the United States, by the way. Oh, actually, bigger than the United States and Mexico combined. So just think about the landmass in perspective, okay? Just think about U.S. and Mexico as a landmass. That's available, okay?
Taco Bell and Burger King join forces.
It's about 98% covered in ice. So your drinks will never be hot.
Ice,
because you got ice everywhere and everywhere. 70% of the Earth's fresh water comes from here.
70%?
That goes into the little conspiracy theories elsewhere, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Now, as of right now, the ice is over 2.5 miles thick in certain places. Like, I think our crust is 7 miles, according to some idiot who thinks we live in a spinning ball. I don't know. I don't have the science. They're saying it's science. So, some little known facts, right? But this is the weird stuff, okay? 7 countries have, like, territorial claims in Antarctica, but nobody controls the continent. Like, there is no ultimate flag like U.S. or Russia or China or whatever. None of those are claimed. But the 7 countries are as follows: Argentina, Australia, Chile, France, New Zealand, Norway, and the United Kingdom. Funny how you don't see the United States in this shit, right? I just wanted to bring that little part up. And then, what you mathing over there, bruh?
So the thickest iceberg is only a quarter of a mile thick.
Yeah. That's a good perspective for you, right? That's like taking a dime and throwing it at a freight train.
Yeah.
Wow. The size of it is crazy.
So what was it in thickness?
2.5 miles.
2.5 miles.
2.5 miles.
So you're looking
in certain places, not everywhere, but in certain places, the ice is 2.5 miles.
So 10 times thicker ice.
Yeah.
Than the thickest iceberg.
Yeah. But this is the big one. Okay. 1959, Brian. There was a Antarctic treaty signed by over 50 countries that don't get along with each other.
Basically a third of our country.
But they all seem to agree that we don't want to fuck with this place unless it's for science and exploration. That we shouldn't try to develop here. We shouldn't try to bring people here.
So you're telling me a world on the tail end of World War II, at the precusp of the Cold War.
Right.
That in that moment of history, we agreed.
There was a kumbaya moment that
we
happened,
don't go there.
There was a kumbaya moment that was.
We agreed, not there.
All that landmass. Nope. Not a good place to prospect. Not a good place
when
to look.
Historically, the number one goal of man has always been to conquer.
Now listen to me, right? I'm not saying you can't go there. Okay, you can go to Antarctica. You can go. You can take cruises there. You can fucking kayak through Antarctica's little streams and so it's very nice summers over there and all that. But in the grand scheme of things,
nobody can conquer it.
Right? If this is Antarctica as a whole, right? You're able to. I don't even know if you can see like where my nail is. That's where you can go in Antarctica.
Yeah.
That piece right there. Fuck all this. That is what you can do. Like, I have questions. Like, that's a lot of land mass. That's a lot of...
Look at the amount of people that have died for Russia to conquer Ukraine.
Yeah.
But yet we can agree we don't fuck with that.
Yeah. Yeah. And we need resources and stuff, right? But don't worry about the millions of miles of land over there and what's beneath that. We're not really worried about that, right? But then there's military personnel there, Brian. There's
who's
airports.
Military? Who's military?
Our military.
Okay.
Right? They got supply operations happening out there. Now, granted, they're doing research in that little sliver. They send explorations out, but you're not getting the details of that.
That was at the beginning of Despicable Me 2.
Remember that shit, right? I swear to God, they give it to us in movies, Brian. They're giving to us the truth in movies.
There you go.
I feel like sometimes they lead us towards it, and they try to get us used to it.
What was it, the PX4 serum? Something like that?
What are you talking about?
When El Macho, he came and magnetized the whole lab. At the beginning of Despicable Me 2.
I can't remember that movie like that.
I do. I love that movie.
Right. Moving on, right? Okay, so it's just military presence. Crazy. Research happening. Crazy. There is some volcanoes over there too, sir. There is a Mount Everest.
There is volcanoes in a land covered in ice.
Yes, and it contains one of the world's fewest permanent lava lakes. You heard me right. In a place that is completely frozen, apparently, there's a lava lake that is just bubbling under the surface. Doesn't seem to affect the ice or anything.
So Elsa has a hot tub in her castle.
Yes. Something like that. If you want, sure. And then one of the big ones for me, right? This catches my interest, right? I don't know how I'm saying this right. Lake Vostok. Whatever the fuck is right. For your visuals, because we suck at them, right? Picture two peaks of a mountain, right? Inside that peak is a valley. Inside that valley is a lake. So all the snow that comes across constantly buries that water. Top part gets frozen, just compounds, frozen layer. So that lake is untouched for thousands of years, according to the scientists, right? They go and drill into this bitch, and they're starting to find species they never heard of, things they never seen before. There's a video out there, bro. I don't know where it's from. I don't even think if it's Antarctica.
Because that ecosystem is living in a bubble.
Right. But you see what I'm saying? A bubble that's been sealed the fuck off. You see what I'm saying? And it has its own ecosystem. They're living in more like methane water than H2O.
Yeah.
Like I'll say, there's some video out there. This dude is, it blew my mind, Brian. He has scuba gear on. He is underwater. You see the bubbles of him breathing. And then he finds a lake. I don't know how else to describe it. It is water in water. And they're saying his submarine couldn't penetrate it. He was trying to go into it, and it was like methane liquid. It would bounce off of it.
Because it had its own surface tension.
You could be able, so you can say whatever the fuck you want, Brian.
Yeah.
How is water in water right now? How is he grabbing it and it trickles down in water like it's water?
Because of the methane.
Yeah, look at this guy. Yeah, here we go. Fucking
Well,
Bill
no.
Nye, the science guy over here. Explain it to
No,
me,
because
sir.
think about it. Because of the methane, it wouldn't be true H2O.
Correct.
So the methane would swap
But
with
why
the
is
property.
it no? But why is it performing like water? When you saw the first video, I'm gonna have to show you this video. We're getting off track. Let's stay with Antarctica because there's a lot more to go.
Okay.
The biggest one for me, people, okay, because my thing is this was military records. Operation High Jump.
Oh, yeah.
And for those of you that know, this is a big story. Most of you that are conspiracy theorists will know this story. There was a pilot, Richard E. Byrd, that was in command of Operation High Jump. They were supposed
No relation to Larry Bird.
They were supposed to go out there, right, in search of a Nazi fleet that had fled to Antarctica to develop a research base. And just quick side conspiracy theory, right? There is saying that was possible. And Nazis developed something called a fucking Hanabu. And they used liquid red mercury to help it float like a fucking UFO. We'll go down that later. Byrd was a real person. Real guy in the military. Commander of a fleet. Got sent down towards Antarctica to see if Nazis really were building up a base. Because I don't know if y'all knew this, right? Even though we knew Hitler was crazy and shit, he also had a thing for the occult and science and all that other shit.
That was in Indiana Jones, Lost Ark.
Yes, for theatrical examples.
He was looking for the Ark.
Yeah, but
Ark of the Covenant.
yeah, but this was something different. This is talking about
Remember the dude had his face like
Spaceship.
melt off?
You see how he throws me off? I fucking hate it sometimes. I was getting going good, and now I completely lost it. Byrd, guy, military, yes, okay. Nazis, research base in Antarctica. Apparently, there was a diary. I think he was a general, right? General Byrd or Captain Byrd or Colonel Byrd, whatever it was. It just says Richard E. Byrd. It don't even give me a rank. Anyways, kept the diary. Just daily interactions while at sea, daily interactions of battle encounters, whatever. He dies. And his son sends his diary out to the world. And within the diary, now you can go whether or not how credible you want it to be or...
Admiral. He was actually Admiral.
Admiral Byrd. That's what it was, okay? There were stories of him flying over the ice wall and seeing luscious green valleys. The weather got warmer the further he flew away from it. He saw things what looked like to be like woolly mammoths and shit. Again, this is all personal. You know, people can lie. But back in that day, I don't know. There were a lot of generals, a lot of colonels, and battle commanders that had diaries that were just keeping track of what was going on as a day-to-day. It wasn't something that people would, hey, let me Faloozy this out there to fucking get my name out there. I don't know if that's the way people rolled back in that time frame, especially, you know, right before the 60s. But there is supposedly, Hitler built a base out there. They call it Antarctic Underground in Antarctic City. This is what they were trying to go look for, because Germany explored Antarctica in like 38. And when they were going around, they were dropping flags for their airplanes to see where the fuck they were at so they could land. Because, you know, as long as you have a smooth enough platform in Antarctica, you can land a plane anywhere. But there were evidence of like massive underground cities. You know, like people are starting to dig lower and lower, and all of a sudden they're finding a city that's buried under a city.
That happened in Ice Age. When they went underneath.
Would you stop going to fucking Pixar movies? Like, Jesus, you're killing me, Smalls.
I have a 2-year-old. That's all we watch.
You're fucking killing me right now. But then the biggest one for me is if aliens were real, Brian. If there was some type of agreement with said aliens and they had to be somewhere that we couldn't go, it would either be the ocean or Antarctica. Because there's so much landmass there that if that was the case, right? If we go down this rabbit hole, maybe it's not some reptile or succubus or something, but...
You know what I never thought about until just now?
Oh my
You and I have actually never talked about this.
Uh-huh.
Aliens would gravitate towards colder or cooler environments. Because think about how hot technology gets. And like liquid cool, like look at these data farms. And they're having to water cool them and all that shit.
Right. If you
have alien advanced technology,
hold on.
They would gravitate towards where their technology can thrive.
No, but hear me out. If you're worrying about a human problem, our technology has to rely on cool down.
But you're also assuming that alien technology is that far advanced beyond ours, when it might not be.
If you're interstellar, if you're able to jump planets, you're ahead of us.
But maybe not by much.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're lying. You see fucking Elon Musk doing all kinds of dumb shit out there. He probably got some fucking starfighter ready to go. Who knows?
But that's always the struggle.
But it's just, I feel like there's
Look at
too
Top
much.
Gun Maverick. Okay, there's a non-Pixar movie.
Oh my God.
When they were trying to get to, what was it, Mach 10?
Yeah.
And it overheated.
No, the plane fell apart.
Because it overheated.
No.
The heat,
structural integrity of the speed.
Because the heat tore it apart.
Plane. No, it was the speed
the surface
of the
heat.
Plane.
Because of the heat. The speed caused heat.
He was not even outside the atmosphere.
The friction of air going across the surface.
This is why I can't do any type of conspircy theory with it. He just wants to be scientific.
No.
Like a retard.
Because think about it.
It's hard to manage.
If you had If you had, prime example, if you believe that we're going to space, and that those rockets are landing.
Are you saying we didn't go to?
Hold on. Right? But that's one of the newest conspiracy theories on the last rocket that came back, because there was no burn marks on the rocket. And if you look at all the old Apollo missions,
oh yeah, there's definitely burn marks.
Those motherfuckers look like they went through the goddamn 4th of July grill.
How much you?
So if you're going from planet to planet, how much heat would your structure have? So you would gravitate towards your landing being somewhere cold and or wet.
Right, I think it's the ocean.
I'm just saying it makes sense.
I think it's the ocean for sure. As far as
I gave you not what you were expecting, but a logical solution to the alien problem. You're welcome. You're welcome. Just say thank you. Just say thank you.
Also, another conspiracy theory is it is so off limits because perhaps that is an entryway to an inter-Earth. Or inner, whatever.
So, while I'm with that to a point, I struggle with that one because an entrance to what inter-Earth? Like, are we going to argue that this is where, like, the 1% survive doomsday?
No, so according to bird stories, right? He flew into what looked like a hole.
Okay.
But when he came out of it, it was like a vast opening area. But he was on the descent when he entered.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? And he said it's opening up. The weather got warmer. But what gets me too is there was a sun. Like, how? Now, I know there are like craters in the earth where the sun makes it through and then a little ecosystem develops around where the sun makes it through from. But you can't necessarily have like piercing sunlight through. I don't know, man. Maybe.
Maybe there's areas of the ocean where the sea bottom is not solid.
What do you mean not solid?
It's like just sitting on frozen ice. So the sun is able to get through.
Oh, and it reflects like a prism. All right, hold on. Now you got my brain going because I don't know if y'all ever seen the movie The Core, but in this movie, supposedly the core of the Earth stops spinning. They develop this technology that it's able to burst through rock or whatever to get them into the center, and they're gonna like jumpstart the planet, right? As they're descending, they hit a geodome. It's like cobalt, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the crystals are.
So could there
granite.
be parts of the bottom of different water masses that are a gem rather than sand, and it attracts whatever light is to refract it
And
into
then
the
what
earth?
if the sun is just like a prism that's sticking out from that ground that's getting the light from up front? Brian is why. See, come on, man. You'd be a great conspiracy theorist if you
welcome.
give it a chance.
Because I watched a lot of Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Right. I mean, there are those stories out there that, hey, you could, there was a point in time where you could see some kind of hole on Google Maps when they first came out with it because, they didn't really think about what people would be looking at or having the ability to have satellite imagery, which, again, I'm not a big believer in satellites like y'all believe it, but we'll leave it at that because that's all just renderings that a computer makes up. So even if it is, this is what the computer sees and it gives us a rendering of what the computer sees, what if the computer's incorrect? What if the algorithm's incorrect? You ever see that dude Terrence Howard, the actor?
Yeah.
This man turned like fucking...
He's a genius.
Brain fucking surgeon genius. Like he's turning these linchpins into developing shit that can hold... It's crazy. He's trying to figure out the whole circle of life imagery, and that's a whole nother clusterfuck to go down. Because
well, isn't he one of the main ones that goes down that road of 0 not being a number?
Right. No, 1 not being a number.
That's right.
He's saying math is all wrong because 1 or 0 is not a number.
Yeah.
Because you can't use something to multiply into nothing and still have something. And that's where he's trying to get at. But there are some mathematicians out there that agree that using the number 0 has no purpose.
I was always a fan of Chris Angel.
Therefore, 0 shouldn't exist if it has no purpose in mathematics.
I was always a fan of Chris Angel.
I'm going to chop you in the throat on this fucking video, and everyone's going to see me assault you. Also,
I'll edit that out.
Some people believe, if you are on the religious side, that those are where the Nephilim fell, and there may be giant skeleton bones of some type. There may be some type of evidence of some type of ancient battle that had technology that we shouldn't have. Some people think it's where maybe Atlantis was, if that was one of your conspiracy theories that tickles your fancy. If that was a real place, if Plato from way back in the goddamn day was describing going to this place and what it was consisting of and the technologies they had. Like, I even did deep dives into, like, ancient Egypt. Like, these motherfuckers had lamps? Like, lamps. I didn't know that shit, Brian. So if you can tell me that, like, all right, so
you don't remember making a lamp out of potato in school?
No, nigga, I'm talking about they were using
but
actual
they were
science.
harnessing with jars.
They were using some type of resonance with something within a container that would produce the fucking thing.
Well, you know they have found a lot of residue all over the pyramids that hint that the pyramids were a giant battery.
I kind of like the Atlantis idea too because, right, I can't remember the map. Matter of fact, if you want to look it up on your phone, the Reese map, I think it's called. This was a map that was supposedly drawn out back in, I think it was like the 1500s or some shit like that. And when he drew it out, he drew out Antarctica, but then he drew it having animals and wildlife and foliage and vegetation and all kinds of shit. It wasn't a frozen, barren wasteland. So maybe if Atlantis was a real place and they did something to cause a self-destruction to the civilization that would then turn the land barren, that could be a possibility.
So it's from 1513, the Ottoman Piri Reis map.
Yep, that's it.
Is famous for its detailed South American coastline. The southern section is highly controversial. Some fringe theories and alternative historians claim it is an impossible, ice-free depiction of Antarctica,
Yeah.
while mainstream cartographers attribute it to distorted South America.
So imagine, right? If you're going off of face value and you're a
And that is 1513.
cartographer, right? 1513. Okay. This man was saying, "Hey, yeah, we explored over here. Yeah, we're some land over there. We saw some animals and shit. It was cool. We did." Not frozen, barren, unlivable wasteland.
There was a second map discovered at, I know I'm saying this wrong, Topkapi Palace in Istanbul
You definitely
in
said that wrong.
1929, where the mystery of the Antarctic landmass stems from its southern edge, which expands and curves to the east. Basically arguing Antarctica was part of the same continent going all the way up to
when we were
Istanbul.
supposedly Pangea or whatever before
Yeah.
the separation occurred.
The plates and all that crap, yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I like the Atlantis side of things because, I like conspiracy theories. But then you start to think like, all right, with so much landmass, why can't we just like fly over it? We can still see it, right? Just say, nope.
Historians point out that the Piri Reis explicitly stated in his notes that he compiled from the map from older documents, including Columbus's lost maps of the Americas in the Arab Greek charts. Mainstream geographers conclude that the landmass is a creative blending of Patagonian coast of South America and the mythical Terra Australis theory,
Now we're really going down to...
where Piri Reis' own notes describe the Antarctic region as hot, snake-infested land, which aligns with more of that South American
So, hear
climate.
me out for a second, Brian, right?
rather than the frozen Antarctic.
So all my Game of Thrones fans out there, what if the ice wall is real?
Okay.
Stay with me for a second, right?
I'm
What
with you.
if there is, whether it's us that we have the technology and decided to separate us from the rest, or they use us as a workforce world, you know what I'm saying? Because we don't know.
Could that be part of the treaty?
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Part of the treaty that we're not privileged to read.
hey, we don't fuck with y'all, but you see how Billy badass we are? All right, for sure. We'll leave y'all be, but you got to stay within this wall.
Yeah, you do you, we'll do us.
That's why I feel like the whole globe shit is bullshit, Brian. Like, I know people give me shit. They make me look like I'm crazy. I don't know. I feel maybe not so much flat.
I look at you for being crazy for a lot of other reasons.
Thank you, sir. But listen to me. I'm saying not so much flat as in a general flat surface, but like, I don't think it's round, bro. I don't think the idea we're getting is not what we're truly living in. And since I can't shoot a camera up in the sky and let it keep going to see for myself. I can't do that.
But
I have to go off the renderings of billionaires who get government contracts.
But
and
does
shit.
that conflict with the concept of our solar system? We've never talked about that. Us being flat, then how does our relationship to the moon, our relationship to the sun, how does all of that make sense?
Because that's all a lie.
So what is the sun?
The sun is not 98 million miles away.
So we're in the Truman Show?
We're kinda. I mean, listen to me. I'm starting to lean towards it's not a globe. Like we were talking about, right? With the Navy's new little laser fucking technology, one of the greatest tracking devices ever developed. What does it work on, Brian? A linear surface. So how the fuck are you tracking a missile that is hundreds of miles away that you are in your own display of how your fucking mechanics work? We need a flat surface for my laser to work off of. But if there's supposedly this drop after 6,000 feet or whatever, that's supposed to be the curve of the earth, and you don't see that in this, how can you sit here and tell me that the earth curves? If we're moving at 66,000 miles an hour through fucking empty space of nothingness, why can't a helicopter get up in the air and even if it's a general 4-inch movement, go straight up, come straight back down? There should be some type of earth movement. Now, I know you're going to hit me with the atmosphere and gravity. I don't think gravity's a thing either. I think it's buoyancy. I think it's if something is heavier in an area or an environment, it will drop. And if something is lighter in an area and environment, it will float. Just like helium floats in air and fucking, you know what I'm saying? Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm processing.
I know. I told you.
How to challenge
I
it.
like having these brain games because it makes me think of all the what ifs.
These thought experiments.
Right. Remember I was talking about, I think it's more water. I think it's water. That's why maybe not so much water, but the way we perceive it, it's a liquid.
Okay.
So that will give
All right,
us.
get back to Antarctica.
No, you're the one that went planets, bitch, not me. So you better stay on this motherfucker because I can talk about this for days. If we are water, that would make sense about how we rotate around the sun. If the sun is central as well. Right?
Okay.
So if the sun is central, we're sitting in water or liquid, whatever the fuck. Ethereal liquid, whatever the fuck you want to call it. There are different, not so much planets, but there are different land masses of the same pond, if you will.
Other ducks on the pond.
Right. Because remember, right, if we're going off the theory that, all right, we're not globes, we're flat. Antarctica is fucking just one of the little gateways or whatever to whatever the fuck you want to believe. If every planet is just a landmass that we can't get to, I can tell you it's 72 million miles away and you'll believe me. We don't know if it's a fucking stone's throw away because we can't get there.
Yeah, we don't have surveyors with a little wheel.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, these are experts. These people have been trained for 35 years in thermodynamics and aerodynamics. I get all that, but you can still lie to me. You see what I'm saying? You can still. So why are there professionals
how do you
of
prove
the
they're
field?
wrong?
That's what I'm saying, right? Where do you get your proof from? Oh, the experts. So where do the experts get their proof from? Their theories. All right, so hold on. We're back to theories again, Brian. Like, nothing is factual if you're throwing out expert theories.
Yeah.
Nothing is factual if you can't give me, and here we are live watching the Earth from space round.
Because there's no way to fact check it.
But that's what I'm saying. Everyone's, we got satellites. You are correct. We do got satellites. But I don't think in the way you think we got satellites. I think we shoot shit up there that looks down on us. I think that's real. But having something that's floating up in nothingness that is just orbiting around whatever I don't think that's real. If just off that concept alone, right? You go off of this little Neil deGrasse Tyson guy shit, he'll give you a grid and it shows you the globe Earth and how many objects are spinning around us from shit that we've blown up if we're supposedly in space and gravity is supposedly space trash, right? But Brian, we're traveling at 66,000 miles an hour. So that means that little lug nut that's flying through space is traveling 66,000 miles an hour. That is a fucking hell of a bullet to hit a spaceship. That is not made of gold. That cannot withstand a hit like that. Yeah. But you're telling me there's thousands of... According to Neil deGrasse Tyson, we have a general grid that is protecting us from alien invasion of space trash. That's the reason they don't fuck with us. That's the reason we don't get alien encounters. And that's the reason why they're always crash landing when we supposedly have alien encounters.
Because they can't get through the trash.
They can't get through the shit. They get into our environment. Their ships and stuff are not made for our... That's what I'm saying, man. Think about it, right? If you're from a different world, everything is different for you. The way you're built up, you come from rock.
Like Alf.
Like Alf, right? You can speak the language. You can learn things and all that just like them. You can hear, you can smell, you can taste, you can touch.
Bonus points if you comment below what was Alf's real name.
Yeah. Good luck on that one. But imagine for a second, right?
My favorite cartoon as a kid.
Like us, right? We're developing this world. We get the technology. We find out there's another world. We go over there. All of a sudden, none of our gears work. None of our gear works. None of our contraptions work because they're built for toxic oxygen in the air. They don't know what the fuck it's reading on the monitors if we go to some unknown planet again.
It's like going to the hood.
Why would it be the hood? It's not an unknown planet. You're just dealing with the darker side of life. You know what I'm saying? That's all. People get dark over there. And they have weird ways of...
I mean, we would be the hood. We're the trashy hood.
So, this is a fun little... Right? What if we're aliens, we're driving by the neighborhood like, oh, I've never noticed that place before. What is that?
MLK Boulevard.
Earth. Oh, no. Lock the doors.
Just like when we get off the highway and we see MLK Boulevard.
Okay, see, that's just fun. Just imagine for a second, right? Aliens are civil and shit, but they're just like, oh, we don't fuck with the humans. They're just too raunchy.
I mean, we are a society hell-bent on killing each other.
Since Cain and Abel, apparently.
They said it, Beth. I told you I watched Judgment Day again. He was talking about it. We're just programmed to kill each other, man.
Yes, I think when you.
That's why when people get naive about, and we're kind of getting political here, but like all the Ukraine shit, and like Putin's want to conquer the resources. Yes, because that is human nature. Our entire history of man has been a giant game of King of the Hill.
But that's what I don't understand. Why are we prone to violence? Like, bitch, do you not see our history all the way back to fucking Genghis Khan?
Because it is always our
trying to massacre half the world
to conquer.
So why is it a shock to people that is not the mentality of today's civilization?
Because they're soft. Because I hate to say it, because we have people that are able to vote that weren't alive during 9/11.
Yeah.
And that is the last time our country has seen how vulnerable we are.
Oh, yeah. And that was the last time I've ever seen like a come together as a country moment. Never did I see more American.
And I'll be honest with you, if 9/11 happened tomorrow, I don't see us coming together like we did back then. I think we're that far gone.
You think even if another like home attack happens?
No, it'd be we've misunderstood, or it's misinformation.
Oh, yeah.
There'd be some bullshit.
Hey man, you do have the gays for Gaza, so enjoy that one.
Yeah.
That don't make sense to me. But anyways, back to with Antarctica, because I like the topic. Exploration restrictions.
Yeah, I don't like you telling me where I can and cannot travel.
So my biggest thing is for the amount of landmass, saying that you can look at this much and make your research of Antarctica
and
off
what
of that.
we just talked about piggybacks the suspect of that. As men, as humans, Homo sapiens, whatever you want to call us.
Homosexuals?
We have always wanted to conquer a landmass. And all of a sudden, there's a huge chunk of
land.
Undiscovered, unconquered, unexplored land that we're going, nah, not that one.
See, but I don't think it's
we're
unexplored.
Good. Nah, we good.
I don't think it's unexplored.
I think you're
I think
on the
it's
money.
Explored.
Because somebody has. But then we were told to shut the F up.
Yes.
Somebody has.
But my biggest thing is the fact that you have governments from all around the world cooperating.
So that makes you wonder, what was the big
I don't know.
deal that was there?
That, the whole, when Google Earth first came out, they were giving
Who
the
whipped
whole
it out and
satellite
said theirs was
imagery,
bigger?
the imagery that was there before and is not there now. There's some dude that, the moment Google Maps got on there, he was looking up all the weird shit. He went straight to Antarctica. And apparently there was shit there. He started to report about it online. And all of a sudden, when you go back to that area, that grid is now just covered over. There's nothing there. So I think the government fucked up allowing that imagery to be available without perusing.
Well, just like they did with Area 51.
All the important shit.
You could initially see Area 51. And then now if you go on there, you can't see it.
Yeah, but you used to have these dudes, bro. They were hard body about this. They would be 50 miles away on a fucking cliff with magnifying goggles that would zoom in so they can see this base, because they put restrictions in for people. They have to be, X amount of miles or whatever. Yeah. All right, so the unproven. There's some things that we need to discuss, but there's no factual evidence for.
Okay.
The unknown microbiological life found in the ice.
I think that's very plausible.
The deeper they go, but come on, dude. You're finding things that thrive in frozen conditions.
Yeah, because you have an area that has stayed frozen. Like there's areas of the earth that have froze, unfroze, froze, unfroze, froze, unfroze. You now have an area that is frozen and stayed frozen.
Yes.
So the fact that we would find things from eons ago preserved in that Very plausible.
Okay, do you see? All right, I know you don't do conspiracy theories very much, but
I do with you.
if global warming is really a thing, which I don't think it is, but if it was really a thing, and Antarctica had the ability to begin to thaw out, do you think we see a change in the continent? Like if all of a
Define
sudden
change.
if all
Like
of a
a
sudden the
change of its
temperature
land
up
mass?
there, yeah. So all of a sudden the temperature up there is no longer negative 70 degrees or 77 or whatever it is, right? It gets to Florida temperatures. So the ice begins to melt away. And you
Keep
start
explaining.
finding,
I want to look something up.
right. You keep finding, because you know they're saying they're finding the frozen woolly mammoths, and it was the whatever strait that connected the two, before Pangea was disconnected and all that. So you have certain animals that were making their way this way, and if everything was connected at one point, they would have made their way into Antarctica, and then whatever happened, however it happened, and the world separated a bit, and now all of a sudden the animals that were in Africa can be found in Antarctica because they were on the move when it was one continent. What are you trying to look up?
Curious.
I could have done it for you.
I'll do myself.
This fucking guy. Like, I don't have a laptop in front of me or nothing. No
So
big
the
deal.
average temperature in Antarctica has actually changed.
How dramatically?
That's what I'm trying to see here.
Should have probably had some of these knowledge things. I have some knowledge ahead of us, but I'm looking around just as much as you are, sir.
So the average temperature in 1880 was, looks like -3 Celsius.
Okay.
The average temperature in 2000 was about 3 Celsius.
So we jumped up.
So, I mean, you could say global warming has affected them.
Yeah, but to the point now where is it becoming an issue? Like, do you think if Antarctica melts, we're fucked as far as floods and shit?
No, I don't think in that aspect because we adapt. But could there be diseases, species,
Right.
organisms that find their way to the world?
Or creatures that
Because
were
also
locked
we're
in.
dumb enough to try to research it.
But think about it too, right? The creatures. Say I believe the creatures in the ocean are bigger than we lead them to believe.
Wow.
We have too much more
I
of
think
water.
there's octopus the size of buildings.
Right. I think there's too much more water than
Skyscrapers.
landmass for us to think that there aren't no big ass ridiculous colossus octopuses out there, or a dumbass fucking megalodon like they're calling them and shit like that. So
Some Godzilla shit.
yes, it's
Yeah.
just there's too much, and we've only I think 7% is what we say now that we've tailored to
Yeah.
the ocean, that we've researched and looked through and kind of searched around.
And when we don't even know how deep the ocean goes at its deepest points,
Yeah,
how do we even know what that
and
percent
we don't
is?
have the technology to really get down there with a human. Like, that's a lot of what ifs to say we got the ocean figured out.
Yeah.
So the ocean's another one. We could definitely go down that rabbit hole if you want to, because we're on the
We'll save that for another one.
end. All right. So then if we are wanting to close on the conspiracy corner, I have one last question for you, sir.
Okay. Hit me.
And it's going to kind of tie back into what we first talked about to begin with. Okay,
If.
just for a second, I want to have kind of a serious conversation.
Okay.
If we just are opened up to the way we work, what we do to get through our day, how we use each other to kind of stay a little more sane than dealing with it on our own. Like, what would be a way that you would word that to the general public?
We're still talking about Antarctica?
No, that ship has sailed, sir.
Oh, okay.
We are now in closing statements.
Oh. I was thinking in relation to Antarctica. All right, say your question again. Because I was thinking in terms of Antarctica, and I was waiting, how does this shift to Antarctica? So I apologize.
No. That's why I told you we were going to close off Antarctica.
Okay.
Okay. Now we're going back to the whole expectations versus reality. What do you think for you or for me? You can see it for me and I can do it for you and then we can whatever. But how would you see as far as what is the expectation of you and then the reality that you're able to produce? And how is it that you get through that day by day?
It circles to the one word that we've talked about over and over. Loyalty.
See, but that can't be your answer for everything.
You know, but it is though, because the reality of it is, you know what our friendship is? It's a comfort meal.
Fuck yes, it is. It's comfort food for sure.
It's comfort food.
It's comfort food for sure.
Because when you come home from chaos, when you've been out working all day, you've been whatever, sometimes you want to come home to just a good old fucking grilled cheese sandwich and some tomato soup. Or a good old PB&J. Or biscuits and gravy.
My man made me one today for lunch.
Like,
it was good.
You and I, and to me, that's loyalty. It's a known quantity. Because, prime example, you and I, we joke about it, but it is reality. We don't know what we're walking into day to day with our wives.
Correct.
I don't know when my son wakes up in the morning, what mood is he going to be in?
Yeah, but he's a kid.
But there goes to what I'm saying, though. We deal with so many unknowns in our days. You and I, and again, maybe it's what makes us unique as brothers, best friends, whatever. I know what I'm getting with you.
Yeah.
And even if you are having that bad morning, even if you are having that good morning, I know what your expectation of me is. It's like we've talked about why you and I work so well with prisoner transport. We pulled up to a jail. You knew what you needed to do.
Yeah.
I knew what I needed to do. You knew what I was going to do. I knew what you were going to do.
That's the dodgeball. I know you. And you know you.
And you know that I know that I know
you.
But I mean, but having that is a level of comfort. That comfort food
Yes,
aspect.
it gives a sense of security that you know you don't
Sense
have to
of
worry
security.
about.
Because now I don't have to walk into this garage and roll the dice. How's this friendship going to be today?
I mean, you do kind of do that sometimes.
You know? But let's be real, even on your worst days, we can get out of it within a minute or two.
Right, but see, right, you navigate me better than most. Which, I hate to say it, but I think it's because we see a lot of eye to eye more than having difference of opinions.
Well, because I don't take personal your negative energy.
Right.
You know?
And you know it's not pointed at you, even though it's directed
not
towards
to circle this back to the wives, but we come home having a bad day and they're not able to put us in that great mood. It's they're failing as a wife.
Yeah.
In their mind, that's what they default to. Yeah. You know I've heard in my household, and I'm sure you have, I'm failing you. I'm failing you.
See, okay, ladies, time out, man.
Today I'm just having a bad fucking day. Let me have my bad fucking day.
Just because we have a bad day, or we may bring up that you may have failed in the moment, does not mean that you have failed overall.
Yeah, you lost a quarter. You didn't lose the game.
I think that's where I struggle a lot with my wife, because I try to tell her, hey, you know, this bothered me or whatever, and she'll go into the, oh, well, you know, then why are you with me? Why would you want to deal with that? Like, whoa. Like, I never said you were a bad wife.
Yeah.
I never said you were doing things wrong. I'm saying this happened to be wrong today. That's it. All I was trying to do was to bring to your attention something that may have fucking lost your attention when you were dealing with me. I'm not saying that because of that one fuck up that all of a sudden I'm questioning our entire marriage and its validity. Like, you can't fuck up. We fuck up all the time as shooters. We're still good shooters. You're going to have that stray bullet every night. I'm not.
Your sight comes loose. You don't get rid of the gun. You fix the sight.
Right, but it's like just because one goes off on me, I'm not going to critique myself like I should never grab a gun again. This is ridiculous. No, fuck, my hand was sweaty. Fuck, I lost sight of my fucking red dot. Something.
So I'm going to get straight kumbaya, straight
oh boy, here
Marcus Aurelius on you.
Here we go. I'm going to drink some whiskey for this.
Happiness is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah, okay, I don't like the way that's worded. Because I feel like happiness should be the destination, and it's always a journey.
But that's what you're always working towards. Because what makes us happy today might not have been what made us happy 20 years ago. So we're always chasing today's happiness.
I'll give you that.
But you can't judge today's happiness off of what made you happy 20 years ago.
But I'm not.
So again, happiness is a journey. It's being open to the idea of being happy every day and hoping that it comes. Today it might not. Tomorrow it might.
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Then why not have it as happiness would be the destination and it's the journey getting there?
But you never get there.
Right. I mean, well.
Then happiness is the journey.
Yeah. You're saying what I'm saying, just you're saying it differently.
You know, like I tell people in gun circles all the time. I get so many students that come to a class. I've been trained. Well, there's no such thing as trained. There's do you train? There's training. All right? But training is a journey. You know, again, people that go to the gym, I don't know. I know where one is. But
He knows a guy named Jim.
I know a guy named Jim. But reality of it is, like, you don't, today I bench press 200 pounds. Great, I'm done working out. You know, today my wife makes me happy. This morning, I mean, fuck the day. This morning she makes me happy. But this afternoon and tonight, we still got to work towards making each other happy.
Right.
And what she did to make me happy yesterday might not be what makes me happy today.
Also correct.
Because yesterday where I was might be different than where I am today.
Well, that is why I constantly get into arguments with people. Like, if you have issues in your marriage, like, by all means, work them out. But, like, at least try to understand where the husband's coming from before you start lashing out.
Yeah.
Like, my biggest thing with my wife, I tell her, is I don't want to come home to problems. I want to come home to peace. So if we have problems,
Our home should be our oasis.
I would hope that when you see that I had a bad day, you put those problems on the back burner, you ensure that my peace is stable, and then we can talk about problems. I don't see that as a bad thing. But when I try to voice it, now this is my problem, is delivery. It's not what I'm saying. It's how I'm saying it.
Like Mom used to say.
My delivery of it is apparently to her, it's making it like I'm expecting her to be on hands and knees when I get home.
You're as soft as a porcupine.
It's not that. I feel like what I'm asking is not hard. And for her to make it seem like it's a difficult task that I'm asking is where my irritation comes into play. Because in my mind, I don't see this as a difficult task. But then she throws it to me as a difficult task.
Well, because, again, and this circles back to what we were talking about earlier in the podcast, what our needs are harder to describe.
Right, they're not tangible.
Like
I like that word.
As smooth booty as it might sound.
Oh, smooth booty.
Sometimes I want to come home and just a hug, a kiss, a back rub. And that's going to put me in a good state of mind. I don't care that dinner's on the table. I'd rather the acknowledgement. Like to walk in the house, if I can get past the kitchen where she's cooking, go take everything off me because I have my little closet that I put my gun in, my keys, my wallet, everything. And then I go in and get comfortable, throw the gym shorts and a tank top on. If I can go do all that and I have never got a, hey, honey, welcome home. Hey, babe, great to see you. Hey, I love you. Anything that, like one of the best parts of my day is picking up my kid.
Yeah.
Because when he sees me through the door
Happy joy, joy.
Oh my God, my kid lights up, Daddy! And not that I need my wife, husband, running at me, but it's that acknowledgement.
Yeah.
It's that, hey, honey, how was your day?
Right.
You know, versus I walk in, oh, thank God you're finally home. Your kid's been an asshole. I burnt dinner. Like, why am I walking in hoping to walk into my oasis, and now I find my oasis, the water is dry?
Yeah, I'm with you on that, bro.
You know?
I struggle with that as well, sir.
100%.
There are days where I'm trying to openly show my wife I'm not having a good day, but I still get hit with my day was worse, or well, here's what I'm dealing with. Not like, you know what?
Well, the tit for tat's good old.
You know, do you want to talk? Even though I like talking about it, I mean, I try to open up with my wife. I like her to be a little more engaged in what I'm dealing with, so she has a better understanding. But if anyone else is, you know.
Well, because I think, again, like it or hate this statement all you want, men think logically, women think emotionally. That's a proven fact.
Right, we've already established that.
So, could it be argued that in the world of emotion, it's always competition? So you always see more of that tit for tat. My feelings are more important than your feelings.
Yeah. My feelings
Both of us could have had a fuck day.
Right. Both things
doesn't mean my day's more fucked than your fuck day. But reality of it is, how we get out of those fucked days are different. You know, like, I'll be honest with you. My wife, she loves to play phone games. I'm not on that. She likes to doom scroll Instagram and Facebook. I have my moments.
I don't know about doom scrolling, but you have your moments.
But she sees that as the solution to her day.
Yeah, to calm down.
I see my solution to the day sitting on the couch watching TV with my wife and kid.
I'm with you.
So now for her to be sitting there in our family moment, and she's now I'm not feeling acknowledged. And to me, now it's okay, well, why did I come home? Why did I come home to sit alone?
Right. No, I don't. No, see, I'm opposite of you. I like sitting alone. I'll give my wife her time. I'll sit and eat dinner with her and Joshua. We'll talk about her
but that's
day
part of your mental health shit, though.
You're right.
That's where you're a little different than I am.
Right. I am, whereas I want to come home. I want to get rid of whatever issues she needs to get rid of. And then I want to be left thy fuck alone. Like, alone.
Well, and I think that's what's interesting with your and I's friendship. There's never a time that you and I have ever been like, just get the fuck away from me. Or I haven't been. And I don't think there's ever been a time like, well, this guy just fucking leave already? Like, I'm tired of his shit.
In 20 years I've known this man, he's really yelled at me one time. He was instructing my wife. I was shooting at a
It was more a gun safety thing.
And he was highly upset. First time in 20 years, and that happened a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So we tend to work out whatever's bothering us through argument, debate.
Well, when
a
we
lot easier.
Argued when we started working together again.
Because we
separate it.
Right. We can separate that we are arguing about this logistically, not emotionally. Like, I would get upset that I didn't feel, even though I didn't have the experience, like I have an open mind to try new things. And he was more of the, I've already done it, I've done this, I have the experience. And I get that. I understand that, and they're absolutely right. I don't have said experience that he has. This is where now the dynamics have changed. I feel he's a little more above because where I'm trying to get to, he already knows. My instruction is different from his instruction, but I'm trying to do his instruction my way. So I think it goes back and forth on how you view it. But as far as, I know it sounds sucky, like when you're like, hey, this is what I expect in my household. But anyone who's never lived a day in Jody's life can't say shit.
And what's wrong with expectations on both sides?
Nothing.
You know, and that's the way I look at that. Because you know what? Reality of it is, whether our wives want to say it or not, we are loved based on a list of expectations.
Based on performance.
I mean,
on all levels.
we talked about that on another podcast. Never in the history of ever have you heard a man get rid of that bitch. She a broke bitch. She work at McDonald's.
No.
She don't provide. She don't do this. She don't do that. Unless she a troll looking of a woman, like, and we can easily joke it into that. Like, man, I hope she performs in the bedroom because she's a little bit of a pain in the ass.
No shit.
But it's never ditched a bitch. Where women, I stop working tomorrow and 3 months, we're only living on her money and I'm causing us all kind of financial woes. She's going to have 80 people in her circle.
Oh, I believe
Why are you dealing with that man?
Right.
Why are you dealing with that man? You deserve better.
He's not motivated.
You deserve better.
You deserve better. You know what? Sometimes, no, you don't, bitches. Okay? No, you fucking don't. All y'all want your fucking 10 men out there. Y'all deserve some 5s.
And the grass isn't always greener on the other side.
You pissing me the fuck off about I deserve better. Bitch, show me you deserve better.
Yeah.
It pisses me off, and I apologize.
But that circles back to
Expectation versus reality.
loyalty.
Oh, yeah, but see.
Because at the end of the day, I will deal with, my wife might screw up my oasis a little bit. She might make my eye twitch here or there. But as long as she ain't out fucking other guys,
Right.
I'm cool with it.
Right. That's why I tell everyone, like,
I will tolerate a lot,
I may be a dickhead,
but I will not tolerate
infidelity.
her being out there fucking cheating and screwing around.
And
You know, like we've joked about, her and I have talked about point blank. You want to look at my phone? Look at my phone.
All right. I ain't gonna hide.
When I hear, and she's had, friends of hers that, well, I checked his phone and I found this. Tell them to break up. Because the loyalty and trust is gone.
Right.
If you are checking your man's phone, or vice versa, if I'm checking her phone, is she talking to another guy? Trust is already gone. And I mean, I'll be the first one to admit. Prime example. My wife went away for work conferences. As someone that used to travel for work, I can recognize how quick and easy it can be to be in another area, drinking, having a good time, and you end up screwing around.
Yeah.
And let's face it, how many movies, how many TV shows, how many friends and stories have you heard of people being gone at work trips, and what happens on the road stays on the road.
Countless.
What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. So I'm not going to lie, when me and my wife get in a fight and she's 8 states away, am I not sitting at home going, damn, I really hope she ain't sitting in the bar drinking away her woes? I can't get a hold of her. Fuck. Could she? And I don't think my wife has it in her.
I don't either.
I wholeheartedly
trust
that my wife could never cheat on me. If she could, I'd be dumbfounded as hell. But the reality of it is, that goes back to loyalty. Like you and I. Anything I have negative to say about you, if I'm not willing to say it to your face, like if you found out I'm talking shit to your neighbor about you, that's a lack of loyalty. People easily chalk that up as disrespect. I don't see that as disrespect. I see that as a lack of loyalty. And there's a fine line there, but I see that as a lack of loyalty. Because if I'm truly loyal to you, I want to see you be a better person.
Right.
So I'm going to tell you where you're fucking up.
Right.
I'm going to tell you your shortcomings. I'm going to tell you, hey, that was fucked up what you said to your wife last night. Hey, man, how you handled your kid? I'm not cool on that. But that's why you and I can bring problems to each other's doorstep, because we know we're not sugarcoating that response.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to piss on your ego or nothing either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just giving you
And
how
I'm not
I
doing
see
it to be better than you.
Right. That's why I think we
established. Oh, sorry. Remember that video I was watching the other day and you were sitting over here eating and you're like, holy shit. I checked your cup to see if you had enough. Versus
you checked my cup.
I checked your cup to see if you had more than me.
Yeah. Not the same.
And that, to me, circles back to loyalty.
I'm with you there. Because I think that's how we are. We look like, oh, he might be a little feeling. Here you go, brother. Oh, he might be a little feeling. Here you go. I'm not looking at you like, why he got more water than me?
Yeah.
Like, why the fuck his cup got more than me? No, I don't like that.
Like, when was the last time I kept track of how much ammo you shot?
Oof.
Just this morning. Hey, go grab a box out of the truck because you're running short.
Hey, I had 100 with me, though.
But, I mean, I've never kept track of, hey, you owe me 20 rounds. I don't give a fuck. Because we're out there doing an experience together.
Yeah. Yes, I'm with you. And we did get some good ass.
You know, if you're not able to shoot, I'm not able to shoot.
Go check out our recordings of the range day. It was dope.
Don't be a sitting duck.
We got some dope ones out there.
For all your range pleasure needs.
Right, for all your range and pleasure needs. All right, last little question, Bri, because I do feel we could end on this. And I hear the old ball and chain pulling into the driveway.
Yeah, that'll go over well.
One expectation that you've had in life.
That's a great label.
One expectation you've had in life that you let go of. It was an expectation. You realized it was no longer plausible or able to be met or achievable. So you were like, you know what? I'm going to put less time into it because I know this expectation is not possible.
How I expect people to treat me.
See, but now you're getting there. That's a little... I think everyone fucking...
All right, well, you give an answer and give me time to think about mine.
So, I know it's going to be a little more rough around the edges for my one and only, but I had certain expectations in my marriage that after a certain time, I just realized were never going to happen. So, instead of being mad that they never occurred when I want them to occur, I've gotten over the fact that they will never occur. So now it's, instead of, it's going to happen this time. It's going to happen this time. It's going to happen this time. And it doesn't. It's just, there's no expectation anymore because I know I'm not going to get it.
So you ever hear the saying, there's people that look at a glass and see it half empty versus half full?
Yes.
So I've altered that over the years. I don't know if you and I have ever talked. I think I've brought it up to you before. And it's kind of a positivity way of looking at things. People look at it as half empty or half full. I look at it, I'm happy I have a glass. Because I recognize how many people don't have a glass.
Yeah, no shit. That's true. But see...
So how many people are sitting at home lonely, unmarried, no kids, living a miserable life?
Yeah, but here's my
and
problem.
even and even the little bit of misery that might come, or the little bit of that wasn't what I was expecting, wanting, whatever, could always be worse.
Yeah.
What if I woke up tomorrow to news that my wife died in a car accident on her way to work, and now I'm a single dad?
Yeah, but see, why you gotta go?
Does the fact that she didn't cook dinner really that big of a deal now?
No.
But that changes how you look at things.
Yes, I see what you're saying, but I'm not expecting my wife
the other
to die
hokey saying I always have, because I know you love my Hallmark sayings.
I do.
Is you got to have bad days to know when you're having a good day. Bad days are a requirement, because if you never have a bad day, by what metric are you measuring a good day?
I always have bad days, though. I think I have more bad days than good, so it's hard to measure what a good day looks like.
Well, and that's where your outlook is a little jaded, and we recognize you look at things differently than I do.
A whole lot differently.
So
it's just harder for me to...
So probably...
I don't want to say I don't give a fuck about people like that. It's just I don't give a shit if there's some other dude out there.
So for me, it was probably something that bounced back to answer your question. I had completely given up on having a kid and getting married.
But it occurred.
Exactly. So it was something that I let... So I shifted and then shifted back. Because I was that guy out of high school that wanted... Like I told you, I looked at what you had when we first met. And there was a level of, damn, this guy has his shit together. Like he's got that wife, he's got his kids.
Little did he know.
But I mean, at face value, you had what I wanted.
I'm good at that. Face value.
You know? Not with that face. But reality of it is, I didn't want to be that older dad. You know, I was content with, you know what, maybe being, you know, I had 3 engagements that didn't work into marriage. You know, so I gave it up. And maybe that's what made me so open-minded when I met Melissa. Because I had already chalked it up as like, if this don't work out, so the fuck be.
Right.
You know, and my level of expectations in the relationship changed as a result. But then going down the road with my wife, I realized she is the person I wanted to be with. But I was still I didn't want kids. You know, I was getting older. I was mid-30s at that point.
Mid-30s.
I didn't want to.
Guy.
I didn't want to have a kid. Well, no, because who wants to be a new dad approaching 40?
I would.
You know, and I'm not going to lie.
I mean, I did it early, but I would.
I still have my questions of, was this a good idea? You know, my kid will be graduating high school when I'm at the age my grandparents were when I graduated high school.
You mathing that right?
Yeah.
Your kid's in high school or
my kid will graduate
13 years
when I am 58.
Yeah, it's a little old.
Okay?
It's a little old.
My grandmother, okay, she would have been when I graduated, I think she's 20 years old.
Carry the one.
Yeah, she would have been right around 60 when I graduated.
Okay, so yeah, that's a little up there in age. I get what you're saying.
You know, I mean, are there things that my kid's going to want to do in his teenage years that I can't go do?
Yes, 1,000%. You know that, right? I hope you know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
definitely gonna happen.
So again, it's I had to give up that acceptance and look at the greater good. I mean, is this me saying I regret being a dad? Fuck no. I think the greatest gift that ever happened in my life is becoming a dad.
Wow.
Everything shifted the second I held my son.
You're good at it. Kinda.
You know, I'm a firm believer. Bad dads don't care about being good dads.
Yeah.
So if I care what kind of dad I'm being, I am automatically a good dad.
I don't know about automatically.
But
you
I mean, but that's the reality. If
your
you give a
may not be
shit,
the greatest.
if you give a shit, you're a good dad.
I'll agree with that. Because there are not many dads out there that give
Because
a
if
shit.
you're not worried about being a good dad, then you're probably not.
Well, we'll leave that one alone. Because I think that's a whole different topic. Because I will definitely call out some of you fucking beta bitches out there. But
Like you 4 assholes that haven't followed us on Facebook.
yeah, bastards. Speaking of which, you know what, Brian? I think I want to call it for today. You just brought up my anger again. Hopefully this time around, or next, I should say, when we're at episode 5, that we'll have 100 followers on Facebook and we'll be able to go live on there. So,
It's in your hands.
thank you for tuning in. If you tuned in, I apologize that we were not live. Again,
I don't, because it wasn't our fault.
if you 4 fucks out there, if you 4 fucks out there would just give a follow to a brother,
You know who you are.
we wouldn't have to be doing this.
You know who you are.
Hope you enjoyed the podcast.
You know who you are.
We will see you next week. This is Oso and the Duck saying peace.
And you know who you are.